All right, on to the next build. And we're gonna build a goose. But before we get too far, maybe I should explain a little something. Most of the time when I make something, I strive for a level of perfection where the fabrication process is methodical and detail-oriented. Hidden welds, really nicely finished metal. They may look like they're well thought out, planned, or maybe even designed, but they're not. I actually really enjoy the process of figuring things out on the fly. It helps keep me engaged and really into the project. But when I do go in and refine everything, it takes a long time. Not to mention the toll it takes on my grinding arm for hours and hours. I think I'd like to try something a little different. So, let's turn down the volume on the detail and turn it up on the spontaneity. So, we need a strategy. I need a material that I'm not too concerned about wasting. And I make these garden fish sculptures. They're kind of the meat and potatoes behind my little business, and they're designed to be placed, amongst your landscape and features. They kind of look like fish swimming through your environment. Pretty popular, actually. And I make a lot of these garden fish. I don't know, maybe from like 600 to 800 a year. After cutting out all the profiles, I have a ton of scrap. So let's use the scrap. Now, with all that being said, let's get back to making our scrappy, loosey-goosey goose. First step, we need to build up from the bottom, so we're going to need some legs. Let's put a point on the stakes that will then become the legs. Two methods on grinding those points into the rods, the manual style, and then the more efficient version with the drill. How it will be displayed, we'll have some different options here. This will be set up for a base, but we'll be able to remove it easily and stake it into the ground. Scrap metal. Here's my quick little technical drawing of a goose. And see, you can already find obvious shapes in this stuff. Not perfect yet, so let's cut them into shape with this old Beverly shear. Next up, we got to take the material and kind of bend it up and shape it around the rods that are going to be the legs. Built this particular hammering stake for my garden fish, but man, I use it for just about everything. Now they're getting fitted up, and I'm pretty happy with how they turned out so far. And on to welding and filling all the gaps, and I kind of want to have a webbed effect, so I'm going to add a lot of weld in between the toes and the webbing so that it kind of tapers into it. I actually have a little pond here by the studio and some domestic ducks, which are about the size of a goose, and it was kind of nice using them as a reference. At this point, I really kind of want to grind everything clean, but I resisted. Admittedly, I'm a bit of a novice when it comes to documenting my projects, so jump forward and this is about where we're at with the goose body. Found there was some really interesting negative space things happening there in between the shapes, but other places that were kind of bothering me. So even though I tried to resist filling everything in, it eventually all got filled in. I think with like a lot of birds, the body is kind of there, and without the wings open, there's not a lot of potential for gesture. So I'm going to have to rely largely on the neck and head to kind of communicate any character and movement, as subtle as that might be. Don't have to worry about grinding and hiding my welds. That's kind of nice. Yeah, this is pretty fun. Find a piece of metal, kind of think it works, tweak it, shape it, find a home for it. Moving along pretty quickly now. I can leave all the hammer marks. Actually, I'm spending time adding hammer marks to it, just to try and keep the material looking consistent. If anyone's wondering, this process demands a lot of dexterity, a lot of back and forth, tweaking things, and if I were to wear a glove on the hand that I'm tacking with, I'd lose time. So I just use a little sunblock, keep that time welding minimal. getting pretty close to the end here now, and I'll just let you watch for a little bit. If anyone has any questions, feel free to let me know. Might help me provide better content in the future. Next step, patina. But of course, I didn't record any of that. So let's go back to the beginning, and here's the final reveal with the Goose all patinaed up. Here he is, staked in the ground, and yeah, that was fun. Maybe I should try this again. Sneak peek. Like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more.